Naughty.
Oh, that's it. He's just playing doubles.
Who?
Smart.
Roger?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Jack Nolte. So he's playing doubles. Interesting. We're going to talk about that. All right. All right. Let's get this show on the road. All right. Hello. Welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today, I had written here, by the way, 9/18. It's the 20th. Right?
Is the 20th?
It's the 20th. Yes, it's the 20th. It's Tuesday the 20th. I started this thought process on the 18th, and Carla wasn't feeling very well on Sunday. I think that's an understatement. She was just flat out done, right? And we couldn't do it because there's just no way. She was done. But do you feel better now? I think so.
Yeah.
You got something on your nose, like right there, like right here. Yeah, salt, I think. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to get right into today's show. First thing, I want to give a monumental shout out to somebody. Okay. I'm going to give a shout out to David Grimes. David Grimes, I don't think he really watches this too much, but I do know one thing. What's up, Jose P? That he is on a flight right now to Nigeria to go do his work. He works for Chevron, I think. And we were teaching his daughter today, and she was she was visibly sad because her dad was leaving. So, and I was texting with him. He's a shoe guru. He likes shoes like I do. So we were talking about shoes. Anyway, long story short, he is on an 11-hour flight now to Nigeria. Much love, bro. Safe flight. Okay. All right. On today's show, we're going to talk about the following topics. A, if you had to make a case for Roger Federer being the GOAT, the greatest of all time, what would you say? Okay. I know we've been into this ad nauseum about, who's the best of the big three or the big four at one point in time, head to heads and all. That's not what I'm getting at. We beat that dead horse enough. The thought process for this is, if you had to make a case for him being the GOAT, what would you say? It's going to be one topic. Second topic is going to be why I personally, in my opinion, that I think it's doubtful that Serena Williams will stay retired. Okay, I think she'll play again, and I think she will lap it up. We'll get into that. Next topic is going to be about Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz is currently the world #1. Okay, do you think this is correct? Okay, so we're going to talk about those 4 topics, and or 3 topics, and I wanted to bring up a spur of the moment topic right now off the top of my head. Okay, we've all heard this saying that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right? This one, she's from a parallel dimension universe that doesn't even have those planets in the solar system. She's in like super Esquino post through black hole vacuum suction Pluto. That's where she's from.
My question to you is, do you not love me?
Oh yeah, a whole lot. But you are crazy. You're a freaking loon.
I'm crazy.
I'm kidding.
Come on, baby.
She's a soldier though. She's nuts. She's loony, but I love her. She's my loony thing. All right, we good?
You have no choice. You better.
Let's go. All right. All right. So are you ready for the first topic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First topic is this. If you had to make a case for Roger Federer being the greatest of all time, what would you say? And I don't want to hear,
I mean, to me, I've heard the records. Yes, Djokovic has a better record. Yes, Nadal's beat him more times. Yes, Nadal has more slams. But the overall package is, if you want to teach any youngster how to play the game, that is the game you want to emulate for sure, is Federer's game. He's a classic player, classic strokes, a gentleman on the court. One time we saw him slam a racket.
I think he was playing Djokovic in Miami, wasn't he?
Djokovic has slammed a million rackets where Nadal hasn't. But overall, Nadal's game is very rigid,
rough,
exhausting.
Yeah.
Not what you want to teach. So is Djokovic's game. Defense, defense, defense. Not a game you want to teach. Not good for long term unless you want to be a vegan. I definitely don't want to be a vegan.
I don't really. Okay. I mean, I'm listening, but
just saying.
I don't think his dietary choice is a problem.
It's not a problem. I can't follow it. Most people can't follow it.
So that was an opinion then.
That's an opinion. But what I'm saying is, if you want your student to learn the perfect game, to me, it's Federer's game. And he's not my favorite player, but I'm saying to me, it's the most perfect game for sure.
Okay, well,
and let's not forget, he's 6 years older than both of them.
Good point.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well said.
And he started his career right, not quitting from the beginning.
Who? What do you mean quitting?
Djokovic quit in the beginning because he had breathing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Federer played tennis throughout his whole career. Yes, maybe as a junior he slammed rackets and blah blah blah, but he corrected that as he became a professional.
Okay, let's.
He was definitely a good example to young people out there. You know how you should behave, how you should act on the court. For sure.
Let's read some of these.
For sure. Yes, we cannot say Djokovic fans that he was an example.
Let's read some of these case points again. We're
not
Nadal. We're not. Yeah, we're not like saying anyone's. We're just saying if you were one of those people that wanted to build a case, if you're in a court of law and you're trying to build a case for your defendant, which is Federer, to being the GOAT, what would you say? So let's read a couple of these. So,
Wimbledon is the biggest. Unfortunately, it is the biggest slam.
All right.
So people do look at it.
Jose P says the most Wimbledons. A lot of people see Wimbledon as the most prestigious tournament. Plus, he has 103 singles titles. Okay. Jose P. Fed also has the longest period of pure domination. Sister to Queen. What's up, my lady? Brown. Roses are red, violets are blue. This show is much better when it's you. Let's go. Okay, Sister to Queen says consecutive weeks at #1, most dominant in his prime, and oldest #1, transcended generations of the sport. Okay, Florence Chan, what's up, my lady? Okay, that's fair enough, right? Let's talk about a couple more things. If you're going to be the greatest of all time in anything, don't you think it's a whole package and not just wins and losses, not just how many tournaments you have or how many majors that you've won? Don't you think it's an overall package, such as a package that emanates grace, a package that emanates poise, a package that emanates fluidity, a package that emanates a gentleman, a package that emanates passion, a passion that emanates not yelling at your wife in the box because she's sitting there?
I mean, Federer wins all of that.
It's a package. It's an overall package. Now, yes, we can say, okay, well, this person's won 8 of those tournaments and this person's won 6, so therefore he's the GOAT. I think to be the greatest of all time in anything, you have to look at the overall picture, right? How many players have fallen from grace in the NFL, basketball, whatever, because they really made a bad mistake, right? A lot of them, right? You can go on forever. Roger Federer, for the most part, i.e., for the exception in Miami when I think he was playing Djokovic. Someone let me know. I think Federer smashed a racket. I know he smashed it. I watched it on the purple courts of Miami when he was playing Djokovic. I think he was wearing the white Nike shirt that I have, and he had the gray shorts with the white stripe down the side. And I think he He had the white shirt, gray collar with the red kind of internal part of the collar. Remember that? Remember I had all the outfits.
Yes.
But I think you have to look at the following things: fluidity. How fluid are you? How do you move on the court? Are you floating on the court, or are you just being Nadal and beating yourself up? Movement. How you adjust forehand to backhand. How you float to the net. How you get there. How you split step. Are you boxing like Joe Louis or Muhammad Ali? Or are you boxing like, Buttercup, whatever? What was the big boxer's name that was a big lard ass? What was his name? Butterbean? Do you remember this dude?
Butterbean, yes.
Butterbean? Anyway, waste of vision. And I had to watch that guy box. The style of play. How does he play? What does he do? Is he all defense? Is he just defending, giving you another ball, giving you another ball, giving you another ball? Is that how he's playing, or is he being a magician? Is he picking spots? Is he opening the court up? Is he taking the one-handed backhand, by the way? Now, mind you, when I was a boy, there was no such thing as a man hitting with 2 hands on the tennis racket. There was, but it was few and far between. And, sometimes Carl and I are teaching, and we have students that come to us, and they have 2 hands on the racket at the net on the backhand side. They're hitting backhand volleys with 2 hands at the net. I was telling a girl today, and we see it all the time. If you have been taking tennis lessons for years, and you are coming in front of us right now with a 2-handed backhand volley at the net, oh my gosh, I feel sorry for whoever's paying for those lessons, right? So again, I'm a proponent of the one-hander, not because I play with it, not because my dad plays with it, not because I think it's kind of soft if guys do play with 2, but because it looks better. It's more graceful. It involves more style and poise.
I agree with Sister the Queen. She says true at the end of the day. Who do most people think of when they think of the sport? This is usually who the most people will say is the greatest. I think of Federer when it's tennis.
Yep.
When you say tennis, I think Federer first.
When I think of basketball, I think of Jordan. When I think of boxing, I think of Tyson or Ali or Joe Louis for me, or Floyd Mayweather maybe, but he's defensive as well. I love him, but he's a little too defensive for me to get into it. But
I also agree with Flo. You know, people will look at numbers for sure. But when you think of tennis as a coach, for sure, Federer would be the one that you want to emulate the most.
Yeah.
I would not. I love Nadal, and I'm a diehard fan. I love Nadal over any of the other players, but I would definitely not teach my kids how to play like him. I would rather them play like Federer than Djokovic or Nadal any day.
Okay, so if you had to tell a student or one of our kids right now why you would not want them to play like Nadal and you would like them to play more like Federer, what are some examples?
Longevity. One, you know, the points are shorter. That hitting off the back here, that's terrible for your arm. The grinding and constant grinding, to me, I don't like that type of tennis. I'm an aggressive player. For me, 1, 2, 3, done. We don't need to be 20 bouncing balls 20 freaking times. That to me is annoying. 20 freaking times bouncing the ball, picking your ass. He heard, nose, whatever, head, whatever. I don't like that. You know, I like, let's get to the point, let's play and win. That's it.
Okay. I mean, well said. Florence Chan is correct though. She is correct in a sense that some people just look at numbers, right? So here's the thing with this. When I was in college, I graduated from the University of South Alabama, psychology anyway, whatever, not going there. But there was a statistics teacher that we had, right? She was a young lady, and I'm sorry I forget her name. But she used to always say, you can always lie with numbers, right? You can always get numbers and lie with them. In other words, if I want to say that Carla is the best backhand in the world, you know, I can come up with like, okay, well, she hit 666,993 in a row down the line here, so who's going to better that? You can always come up with different statistics or different averages and to make someone sound a little bit better than someone else. You understand what I'm saying? You can say, you know, hey, I just won 90% of my points and you won 86. You can always lie with statistics, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Some people will always look at numbers. Yes. But again, that's what we're trying to avoid is the head-to-heads and how many Masters 1000. We're trying to rule that out. We've done that before. What I'm saying, this is just me. By the way, I do have a Roger Federer tattoo on my back. I should show it. Should I show him the tattoo?
No, you shouldn't really tattoo. So, okay. So Jose P, yes, I would teach the two-hander over the one-hander, but again, Federer's game is more of 1, 2, 3 than Djokovic's game where you have to slide, ankle break, bounce 20 times, yell at your camp, hope those painkillers come to you soon because you're sliding so much. I would not teach that game. I'm sorry. His two-hander, yes, is one of the best. But to watch Federer, what he has done with his type of game is amazing. You will never see that again. I'm sorry. To me, he has the better game. Even if I could copy a game, I would copy his game instead of Djokovic's game. Yeah. Djokovic's game is like anybody else. It's just like, but he can do it better.
He's better at it than everybody else.
He's better. But it is the same game that everybody else plays, but he is just better at it. Exactly. That's it. There's nothing special about Djokovic's game or Nadal's. It is just that they can do it better. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And Nadal's got heavy topspin.
That's it. There's nothing spectacular. You can say, ooh, I really want to learn that stroke. No.
But when you see Roger,
yeah.
Ooh, hold on. Let's not. When you watch Federer play, especially during his heyday, you know, let's say in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. It was hard to turn the channel, even if you didn't want him to win. That was never the case. But I have met a plethora of people. By the way, let's use you for an example. So when Carla and I first met, Federer was a young buck. Nadal was just getting onto the scene. Do you remember what you used to call Federer? Yeah. He's a baby, he's a bitch, and all this stuff. Look at him, he's soft, whatever. But I think now over the years, you finally realize that he just is an incredibly graceful player, and it's hard to turn that down. Yes. You know what I mean? You get it? By the way, Carla made reference to the fact that sometimes some players will yell at their box, like, "Bring me my stuff."
I don't like that shit.
Can I ask you a question, Carla? A personal question. I want you to answer it honestly. If I was that player and I was sitting on the sideline and I was looking up at you in the box, and I was like, "Give me that stick," what would you do?
I'd walk away.
She'd probably,
and then give you the middle finger.
Yeah, she'd probably damn rip her shirt off and say, "Eat that," because I'm out. I don't know how people put up with that, by the way. It's ridiculous. Okay, a couple of things about Roger Federer. His fluidity, the way he moves, it's not punishing on the body. Fluid, the one-handed backhand, the whole package, right? Not saying he's the best out of the big three. Head-to-heads will dictate that. But if I was making a case that he was the greatest of all time, what would I say? For me, fluidity, movement, graceful, floating like a gazelle. He should be sponsored by Adidas Gazelles, the soccer shoes, because he's like flowing effortlessly. Movement. And there's a difference between fluidity and movement. Fluidity, when I'm to the ball, am I looking like a ballerina? Have you all seen those pictures of Roger Federer married up to a ballerina?
We've seen them a million
You've seen them? Have you seen this?
We all have. I mean, again, his game is definitely pretty to look at. It's elegant. It's classic. We will probably never see that again. You know what I'm saying?
It will. You know, we tend to forget that Sampras.
We won't see it because
we tend to forget that Sampras, Edberg. There's.
But I'm saying we haven't seen that. We have Shapovalov with a one-handed backhand. It's not fluid.
He's jerky.
We have seen Tsitsipas. It's not that fluid.
He's jerky.
Wawrinka is a little bit rough, you know, but Federer will never see that. We just won't ever see that. Even Djokovic serve. If you look at Djokovic serve, it's not even a classic serve. If you look at his serve, it's just like
it's a little
half take back and it's jerky. It's not a fluid serve. It's not a. You look at Nadal's serve, it's like
yeah.
It's not a beautiful serve to look at. You're like, these guys make it work.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not a textbook. It's not something you want to teach.
Yeah.
It just works for them.
If you think about the serves, by the way, you look at Nadal's, he's like, oh.
And if you look at Djokovic, he's more like a take back here and then go. I really like it. As a man, I'm like, shouldn't a man have a full serve, like full motion?
Yeah, you know, Federer leans in on the front foot, rolls to the back foot.
Yeah.
And by the way, Djokovic and Nadal drag the foot, don't they? So the vintage tennis players serve platform. In other words, both feet staying true. So I serve platform. So we get there, we get set, and then we go off of both feet. Nadal, Djokovic, etc. Does Djokovic drag his foot?
He does. His serve is a little rough.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, I'm not a huge Federer fan, but textbook wise, the guy has all the strokes that you can possibly want for sure.
I should have changed my old phone. But anyway, you get the picture. You've probably seen that before. Okay, a classic one-handed backhand, and Federer's his one-handed backhand's a beauty to see. So, you know, Federer's on the front foot, he rocks to the back, pulls into a serve slowly. The hand is like a whip. It's very fluid, and he maximizes intensity with very little effort because of his fluidity. And that's something that neither Nadal or Djokovic had. Next, his style of play. Very, very, very tactful. I'm not saying Nadal, Djokovic, or Pete Sampras or Edberg weren't, but Roger Federer has always been a magician in terms of his tactics, right? Hitting spots that most people don't gravitate to because it's very common. Mm-hmm. Federer would always start. He would always start the points and put people where they were uncomfortable from the very beginning. And instead of hitting, say, to the open court, he'd go behind them or go right at them. He had different tactics than the majority of the players, right? So his style of play was second to none. One-handed backhand. Okay, we know hitting a one-hander is difficult. It's hard, especially with high topspin, because we get set to hit it. We got to come up here and come over that ball. It's really tough from up here, so we end up having to chop that down. And Nadal brought that to the table for Roger. Roger was on top of the world, you know, taking it early. And here comes Rafa with the RPM blast, the Pro Hurricane tool with the modular Babolat Pure Aero or Aero Pro drives, bombing big topspin, causing Federer to not be able to get to it early and take it because he'd get to it early and would already be here. So he ended up having to chop it down, slice. Nadal would come around and pound the ball, hence the head-to-heads. And the same thing happened with Novak. Now, both Novak and Nadal have two-handed backhands. We have a little bit easier time of generating topspin if we're late having that left hand on the racket. If we're late with the one-hander, it's a nightmare. I'm always hitting wide. Like if I'm on a court and I'm late on the one hander, I don't get my racket around in time, and then I shoot the ball wide. Okay, so it's really tough, especially on the run with heavy topspin, to hit a clean backhand consistently. You can hit it, but it's not going to be that consistent. At least not as consistent as the two-handed players. But his ability to win 20 majors, hitting a one-hander against the likes of these players when he was in his prime, very much a great thing. Now, the most important part of it is sportsmanship. Okay. Besides the one time in Miami, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong in comments, I think the one time that Federer lost his shit on the courts was playing Djokovic, I think, but I know it was in Miami. And Federer was still playing with the Wilson K Factor 6-1 tour. I think this Del Potro used the same racket, but Del Potro was like a 95. Do you remember this? The white with the black, and it was like speckled. Federer was basically still playing with an original pro staff, basically. The K Factor, the K6-1 90 was a small little thing. I played with an 85 original pro staff like your dad all the way through college. There's zero margin of error there on that little 85-inch square head. And I think Federer, once he bumped up from the original pro staff, he went to the K6-1 of the N code, the orange racket with the white stripes on the side. You remember that? And the yellow lettering underneath. He went to a little bit more sizable frame, but he's always hit with heavy rackets with small heads. And when you're hitting a sweet spot one-hander against those guys, that's tough to overcome. I think when Federer moved from his he moved from his original Pro Staff 85 to his K Factor Encode Series 90s, and then stepped it up to the RF 97s. And by the time he got to that age, he was wielding a 12.2 ounce racket, 12.6, 12.7 strung. And it was just too much. I think at that point in his career, he should have kind of stepped to a pure arrow like Nadal, and he might have had an easier time with it. Anyway, but I think overall, the whole package is important. And I think Roger Federer is that person. I think he has the most admirable package given anyone that's ever played the game. So if I was making a case on how to justify thinking Roger Federer is the GOAT, given that we can't say major count, Nadal's got it, given that we can't say head-to-heads because Djokovic has it, but if I had to make a case, that's what I would say, the overall package, and he doesn't yell at his wife from the sideline. Okay, so last thing on this topic, I'm going to show you a little video here. Some of you may not have seen it, I don't know, but it's a video of Federer when he's making his, I guess, retirement speech. Okay, here we go. You ready?
To my tennis family and beyond. Of all the gifts that tennis has given me over the years, the greatest, without a doubt, has been the people I've met along the way. My friends, my competitors, and most of all the fans who give the sport its life. Today, I want to share some news with all of you. As many of you know, the past 3 years have presented me with challenges in the form of injuries and surgeries. I've worked hard to return to full competitive form, but I also know my body's capacities and limits, and its message to me lately has been clear. I am 41 years old. I've played more than 1,500 matches over 24 years. Tennis has treated me more generously than I ever would have dreamt, and now I must recognize when it is time to end my competitive career.
He's smarter than Serena.
The Labour Cup next week in London will be my final ATP event. I will play more tennis in the future, of course, but just not in Grand Slams or on the tour. This is a bittersweet decision because I will miss everything the tour has given me, but at the same time, there's so much to celebrate. I consider myself one of the most fortunate people on earth. I was given a special talent to play tennis, and I did it at a level that I never imagined for much longer than I ever thought possible. I would like to especially thank my amazing wife Mirka, who has lived through every minute with me. She has warmed me up before finals, watched countless matches even while over 8 months pregnant, and has endured my goofy side on the road with my team for over 20 years. I also want to thank my 4 wonderful children for supporting me, always eager to explore new places and creating wonderful memories along the way. Seeing my family cheering me on from the stands is a feeling I will cherish forever. I would also like to thank and recognize my loving parents, my dear sister, without whom nothing will be possible. A big thank you to all my former coaches who always guided me in the right direction. You have been wonderful. And to Swiss Tennis, who believed in me as a young player and gave me an ideal start. I really want to thank and acknowledge my amazing team. Ivan, Danny, Roland, and particularly Seve and Pierre, who have given me the best advice and have always been there for me. Also Tony, for creatively managing my business for over 17 years. You are all incredible, and I've loved every minute with you. I want to thank my loyal sponsors, who are really like partners to me, and the hardworking teams and tournaments on the ATP Tour who consistently welcomed all of us with kindness and hospitality. I would also like to thank my competitors on the court. I was lucky enough to play so many epic matches that I will never forget. We battled fairly, with passion and intensity, and I always tried my best to respect the history of the game. I feel extremely grateful. We pushed each other, and together we took tennis to new levels. Above all, I must offer a special thank you to my unbelievable fans. You will never know how much strength and belief you have given me. The inspiring feeling of walking into full stadiums and arenas has been one of the huge thrills in my life. Without you, those successes would have felt lonely rather than filled with joy and energy. The last 24 years on tour have been an incredible adventure. While I sometimes feel like it went by in 24 hours, it has also been so deep and magical that it seems as if I've already lived a full lifetime. I've had the immense fortune to play in front of you in over 40 different countries. I have laughed and cried, felt joy and pain, and most of all, I have felt incredibly alive. Through my travels, I've met many wonderful people who will remain friends for life, who consistently took time out of their busy schedules to come and watch me play and cheer me on around the globe. Thank you. When my love of tennis started, I was a ball kid in my hometown of Basel. I used to watch the players with a sense of wonder. They were like giants to me, and I began to dream. My dreams led me to work harder, and I started to believe in myself. Some success brought me confidence, and I was on my way to the most amazing journey that has led to this day. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart to everyone around the world who has helped make the dreams of a young Swiss ball kid come true. Finally, to the game of tennis, I love you and will never leave you.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, a great farewell, well scripted. Surely him and his team spent time on that.
I mean, he's a smart guy. He's not stupid. He doesn't need to play tennis. I'm sure he saw Serena and he said, man, I don't want to be that dumbass to lose to just anyone.
Yeah.
Why would I give the pleasure for somebody saying, yeah, I beat Federer? No, don't get that pleasure.
I'd rather not have. I would rather not play someone than tell someone or to let that person that you know is not better than you or wasn't better than you in your prime, let them be. That's why you never play with students as a coach, because look, I'm 45 years old. If and I can't even hardly walk on one leg, and if I go play somebody and then lose, they're gonna be like, oh, well, I beat them.
That's why when I play students,
you can't play it.
It's
not worth it anymore.
I make sure I beat their asses, and I know
I don't play them
I'm
at
gonna
all
beat their
because I
asses.
can't run. There's no point.
When I play with someone, I know I'm gonna beat your ass.
But
so that's why.
But I know damn well you walk on the court, even as much as prior to my patellar tendon, you're not going to win a game. Anyway, okay, let's finish the Roger segment on this. And Sister the Queen, Jose P, Sinissa, JL9, everyone out there, what are your best and worst moments of Roger Federer's career? What are your best and worst moments?
I didn't like Federer until like after Roddick retired.
Why?
So for me, that was tough because
you were always pulling for Roddick?
He always won. That's why that was the problem with me. He always won. I'm like, damn, I'm so tired of this guy winning. For me, the best moment.
Is that why you don't like Djokovic?
No, I like Djokovic actually. I don't mind Djokovic at all. I just wouldn't teach that type of game. I actually like Djokovic. I think he's fine.
You're right on spot, Flo. I got that one.
The worst, probably, the Djokovic.
Yep, serving
for it.
Serving
that
for the
would
match.
be the worst.
2019 Wimbledon. That was the worst.
The best.
First major versus Philippoussis was
when
good.
he beat Pete Sampras. Like I knew he was gonna be good.
He did that in the round of 16 or the semifinals of
when he
the
beat
year prior
beat
to.
Sampras, I knew, okay, this guy's serious.
Yeah. Justin, guys, chill for me, buddy. Okay, so for me, the worst of Federer's career was a couple. Him smashing the racket in Miami. I was like, huh? I mean, when that happened, you have to understand, though, and there's no excuse. There's no justifying it. But that's when Djokovic, Nadal really starting to kind of own him coming into it. And again, when Djokovic would beat him early on, I went to the U.S. Open 2007 and 8 and watched Federer beat Djokovic in the final 1-7. And he did it in straight sets, I think 6-6 and 5. Anyway, but once it started to turn, it brought out, I think, a little bit of anger in Federer when he played Djokovic. He had a little bit of anger in him, and I think he wasn't able to hit as freely. But when Federer smashed the racket in Miami, that was a worse. Another one, Flo mentioned, 2019 Wimbledon, where Federer was serving for the match in the 5th set and ended up losing. Another moment, though, was when Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, and I think it was 2011, maybe 2010, maybe, where Jo-Wilfried Tsonga had lost the first 2 sets against Roger. I think it was a quarterfinal. I think maybe around a 16, and then Federer systematically lost 3 sets in a row. I think that was another low point, but
low point was him losing to Del Potro. I thought he would win that.
That was another low point.
I turn off the control. I turn off the TV because I'm like, oh.
You thought it was over.
I thought it was over.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to see that Del Potro won. Also, what was the guy that he lost? Okay.
Yeah, and look, Del Potro, though, I love him. I was always a Del Potro fan, but during that point in time when Del Potro won that U.S. Open, I was pulling for Federer.
Let me tell you something. I was never a Del Potro fan. I liked him as a person, but I never liked his game. Never.
Yeah.
I thought for a tall guy like him, it was too much on his body.
Yeah. And look, and a couple other of Federer's great moments was, do you remember the 2 finals in a row that Nadal and Federer made at Wimbledon? Federer won the first one, I think 07 maybe, or was it 08? And then subsequently lost the next one when the sun was going down on center court, right? But when Federer lost that match at Wimbledon, 5th set match, Nadal, as it was getting dark, at that point in time, I was devastated. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Carlos was like, I told you, yelling at me. Anyway, but when Federer lost, looking back, you realize, wow, what a match, right? It's really hard to look back historically and find a better tennis match, regardless of who won, than when Nadal beat Federer, sun-setting Wimbledon final, and I think it was 2008, I think. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, the most cringing one to me was when he beat Roddick. He was wearing his suit. I was so pissed.
That's when he got the 15.
I was so pissed. I was like, damn. Yeah.
And I still have the shirt upstairs.
I
have the shirt.
I was so mad. I'm like, damn, he beat Samper's record. I was like, shit.
Yeah. And I still have it upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I have the actual Nike shirt with it's got kind of pinstriped a little bit, but it's faint. So it's got a white collar, gold trim. And then it's pinstriped. I got it hanging in the closet with the embroidered. I put my USNCA coaching certification patch on it, and then hung it in the closet. And I've worn it like twice since, or 5 times since.
You should never wear that again.
Yeah, I should never wear it again. It's valuable, but nonetheless, my patch is on that, and that's valuable to me because I got through it. And that's important to me. I worked really hard to get that patch, so that's why I put it on that shirt. Okay, moving forward. And we can take as many comments, put them there, and we'll read them. It's no problem. What's up, Darren LeBeau? Let's go.
Thank you, LeBeau.
Let's go, LeBeau.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I had a vertigo, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, but by the way, speaking of Darren, we love this gentleman. He's in the wonderful United Kingdom, and he's a really good tennis player, has a daughter, lovely one-handed backhand. My question is for LeBeau. LeBeau loves Federer. He all the time is posting about Roger and has given him some farewell stuff here in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he has a similar game too.
So in case Darren is just tuning in, Darren, question to you. The topic here is, if you had to make a case for Roger Federer being the greatest of all time, we get the head-to-heads and all that stuff. What type of case would you build for him? What would you say? So that's a good question for him. We've all been in the chat. I think he just got here. Maybe not, but we love you a lot, bro. Let's go. And we talked to him just the other day on, what is it called? Zoom or something? Same type of thing. FaceTime. Okay. All right. Second topic is this, and we'll go right back to that. Comments, whatever, no problem. We'll go right back to it. But I just want to lay this out there, okay? Before the U.S. Open started, and we all learned that Serena Williams was going to retire. You can go look at the chronology on our channel, or your channel, ours. And you can see where I went off on the idea that the media and the sports fans and the masses are going to buy into this charade because Serena is not going to stay retired. She likes the camera. She likes being the center of attention. She likes to have all eyes on me, right? She likes going Tupac on them, right? She loves the attention. So what better way to get the attention on you during this last U.S. Open than saying she's going to retire? She took the spotlight away from Tom Jonovich that she left sitting on the courts with no thank yous. She took the spotlight away from every player, including Swiatek, that won it. Everybody's talking about Serena. Look, I like Serena. I'm a fan, but the fact of the matter is, in my opinion only, Serena will definitely continue to play matches whether she wins or not, to still have a staple in the mainstream news. No matter what she's pushing, she will continue to push. Do you agree or disagree? That's just my opinion.
I don't think so. I hope not, because I mean they did this whole celebration for you at the US Open. You might as well retire.
Okay, let's read Darren's comment. He says, I don't think I can make a case because of the slam race. Personally, Roger is the most talented tennis player we've ever seen, but the greatest will be whoever has the most slams. Okay, good. So
yes, that's factual.
Yeah. So he's telling it like it is. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. But again, the topic is that with all that aside, and you weren't worried about that.
That's what I'm looking at. Slams.
Yeah. I for the mainstream fan, look, when our children's grandchildren are born, we'll be dead and gone, right? How are they going to find out who the greatest of all time was?
Look at the number of slams.
They're going to look at the number of slams. So he's right. However, the question is, if there's a jury over here and you're trying to persuade them how Federer could be the greatest of all time, what would you say? Sportsmanship, poise, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
At the end of the day, everybody will look at the Grand Slams.
Okay, do you think Serena Williams plays another WTA level event on tour at any level before it's all said and done for sure?
No.
You don't think she will? I will take one bet for $20. Just $20, right? I will take one bet with one of you for $20 that says Serena Williams will play another WTA level event. And oh my goodness, when it happens, there's going to be some big camera shoot. Shh, shh. Oh gosh, guys, I just felt like doing it. Oh, look at my daughter. I'm like, come on, man. You got one daughter. I got five. Like, am I supposed to like worship you because you got a daughter? I'm like, man, I got a whole house full of kids, like popcorn in here, popping kids out everywhere. Like, well, I'm supposed to admire you because you got a daughter? I like you because you're a tennis player, but don't give me some shenanigans about it's my last match. Here's Osaka. Take this. Here's Clijsters. I'm going to ram a ball down your throat. Here's Osaka. It's all about her, and it always has been. And I'm just saying, it's true. It's true. Great player, lover. But if you think, and this is my opinion, if you think, in my opinion, that she's never going to play another WTA level event, given the diva-ness of her, you got something else coming. She'll be playing something soon, and I would think next year at some point. She might even play the Australian Open. She'll play Wimbledon, maybe, but she will play another event. It was a marketing stunt, in my opinion. Diva's got to keep getting it. Ask Osaka. Ask Tom Jonovich. Ask Clijsters. When she gets her ass whooped, she starts ramming balls, making you cry, blaming the ref, and now she's retiring. She'll play again. Fair enough? Okay, enough said. That's just an opinion. I do like Serena, but I'm tired of the diva-ness. Just enough. Okay, it's true. I'm like one of 20 million people that thinks the same thing. Enough. Either play or don't play, but we're kind of tired of all, I got a daughter. I got five. Okay. All right. So I got no money. You got a lot. Like,
I'm a mother.
Oh, shut up. Come on, bring something better to the table than that, because there's a whole lot more people that got mad kids with no dad around.
I'm a mother.
Much less a billionaire dad.
I can act that way because I'm a mother.
Yeah. I can treat you like shit because I'm a mother. What? Okay. Anyway. Okay. Enough said. Third topic, Carlos Alcaraz. Okay. No disrespect to him. Not at all. I think he's a fine young player, a strong player. He's a beast. He's a baller. Shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. Oh, okay. So Carlos Alcaraz is number one in the world. Okay. For me personally, Djokovic is number one in the world. For Carla, it's Nadal, not because Carla's it's just her boy, but Nadal did win 2 majors this year, right? Djokovic won 1, right? Djokovic got no points for winning Wimbledon because of the COVID jab. And by the way, I don't want to call any names out, but there's a physician that we are close to, a medical doctor, an MD, and a long tenured one, sent us an article today that indicated that there is over 10,000 signatures from medical doctors as of now that is circulating and gaining traction about effects of the COVID shot and premature deaths. Anyway, I only bring this up because we're talking about Djokovic not being number one. We're talking about Rafael Nadal not being number one, but Alcaraz is. Okay. What are your thoughts, honestly, about Alcaraz being the number one player in the world? Did he earn it, or did he just get it because Djokovic wasn't there? Did he you know,
I don't feel like
did he earn it? Did he take it?
To me, he's not number one yet. He hasn't beaten the 2 guys in Grand Slam tournaments yet. He's beaten them in Masters. I feel like if Djokovic or Nadal would be in that Grand Slam form, to me, it would be different. First of all, I can't stand up. Come on. Yeah, let me look at you. Is it okay, Daddy? Is it okay, Daddy, that I hit that shot? Is it good? Yeah, all right. Yeah, come on. I think that he will mature and he will get out of that stupid phase.
Yeah.
Is he a great player? Absolutely.
He is a good player.
Is he a Djokovic Nadal? Hell no.
No.
Will he win even close to Pete Sampras slams? Hell no.
Yeah.
But is he good?
He's
He's better than
Zverev.
Zverev and Sissy ass.
Yeah.
But, you know, other than that.
And Rublev Catman.
Whatever. Just saying.
Yeah. So, look, by the way, if you think about Alcaraz when he first walks onto the court, the first winner he hits or the first unforced error that his opponent hits, he's
I'm
like,
shocked that he's
look,
even
have you seen how he does his lips, though? Look at his lips. Look, he's like that. Let's go.
I'm hungry.
Have you ever seen a carp or a goldfish come up to some
I'm
food?
hungry.
And look, have you ever
He's
been?
an ugly guy.
Look, have you ever been to like a park and you can spin the thing and you get like some pellets and you throw them out in the water and the fish and goldfish come up and eat it? They're like, oh, they're like gobbling it down. The turtles come up. You're like, give them some more pellets. Give them some more pellets. They're, whoa. That's how he looks when he's hitting
I like
the ball.
his
He's
game.
Like,
I like his game, but again, to me, that game is so grueling. Using your whole body, you're not gonna last long doing that.
Let's go.
I doubt you'll be playing the same way when you're 25, 26.
Yeah.
That way.
Just saying. He'll be hobbling like I was.
Yeah.
I played the same way, and it's taxing.
Michael Chang. He'll be better than Michael Chang.
What's up, Big Mike?
He'll be better than Michael Chang.
Michael Chang was a beast. By the way, speaking of Michael Chang, true story. And Dad, if you're in there.
You said this a million times.
Yeah, so my sister was 4 years older than me. She passed away recently, but she was the mixed doubles partner of Michael Chang, and we were members of the San Diego Racket Club in Southern California in Carlsbad. The coach was Brad Humphreys there. And Michael Chang and my sister would play mixed doubles together. And off he went and won the French Open.
Thank you, Flo, for agreeing with me. I just don't like that. You got to cheer every point. You got to look at your camp. Is it okay, Daddy? Is it okay that I hit that point? Oh, yes. Let's go. Come on, bumps. I don't like that shit. You know, to me, that's just childish. Grow some pair of balls. Be a man. You're 19. Most guys, 19-year-olds are already serving their country. Be a man. Stop looking at your camp. Stop looking at Carlos Ferrero for approval. And just be confident of yourself.
You know, look, I'm not hating on the kid. He's really good. He's
good.
He's a really good player.
I think he's really good, but do I think his game will last that long? Not with that grueling game. No. Going back to Federer.
Yeah.
Why has he had a long career?
Fluidity.
Thank you. You're telling me that all that sliding and running for a sensitive, stupid point that you might get back or not, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe not. That's going to eventually lead to injury.
So
he's a child. He's not a child at 19, Sister the Queen. He's definitely not a child. At 19, you are serving the military.
How many kids did you have at 19?
You're voting 0.
Anyway, I'm kidding. Okay, but there's a lot of people that have multiple kids at 19. That's all I'm saying.
Come on now.
Speaking of Alcaraz, okay, Do you think, and I'm going to ask you this Carla question. This question is for Carla, and any of you players out there. LeBeau is another, and I know some of you.
Come on, in Africa, 19-year-olds are ready, man.
I know some of you may not play the game, but and are fans, but for the players out there, let me ask you a question. And Carla, I'll ask you this, and you can filter in. Are there times when you play the game that a ball is just out of your reach and you give up on it, or do you keep running after it no matter what?
I run after it no matter what because I know my student across the court.
But what if you're playing me? What if I hit a good shot? Are you going to be like, give it up, like save your energy?
No, it depends on my opponent. When I know my opponent sucks and probably won't get the ball back, I'll go after it. But if I know I got a good person across,
then you'll kind of concede it.
I'll be like, that is just so stupid.
Yeah. So the question.
If I were playing against my brother and he hit it, I'm like, okay, that's just.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's put this into context. If Carly, you were playing your brother, her brother's a fine tennis player, a magical tennis player. I mean, a big time player. He's like a 9-0, 10 UTR, whatever. Anyway, but so you're telling me if you're being run left to right, lateral, you're on defense, and he runs you to the forehand side, you hit the ball, and you're pulled way off the court, and your whole court's open, and he's coming in and taking it early, you're telling me you're just going to go ahead and chill and relax and just let him have
Depends on player. Look, but it's not that I don't like Alcaraz. Again, I like Alcaraz. Do I think he will dominate the tour? No. I don't think he'll dominate.
I think right now, if Djokovic and Nadal isn't playing, then yes.
I don't think he'll dominate the tour. We'll see ups and downs from him.
Look,
remember he won one slam. Let's see what happens.
I understand that, but put all the players in one pot, and let's say there was an equal slam service, and they all showed up right now. I would choose Novak Djokovic as my number 1 seed. I would choose Rafael Nadal as my 2 seed, and I would choose Carlos Alcaraz as my 3 seed.
I would choose Alcaraz Medvedev. I think Medvedev, the Russian thing with the war,
Ukraine
has affected Medvedev. I really believe if that would have happened, that Medvedev could have won his second slam.
Yeah.
I really believe that whole Russia thing, the fact that he wasn't able to play Wimbledon, the fact that he has that on his back, so many players all criticizing the Russian players. I feel like that's taking a big toll on him this year.
Yeah.
I feel like if that can get resolved, that Medvedev can get back to the way he was. I feel like the old Medvedev wouldn't have lost to Nick Kyrgios.
Look, Kason 2145 brings up something we just faced on. Center in there. He put Alcaraz center, Medvedev will be top. Center, we forgot to bring him up. He deserves respect. Again,
Center is right there with Alcaraz.
He's right there.
Let's be real. That's why I don't think Alcaraz could dominate. I'm sorry. I feel like if we can get out of this Russian thing, this Russian war, that Medvedev will get back to his game. I really feel like for him, when I watched Medvedev this year lose to Nick Kyrgios, I felt almost like he gave up. And that's not like him.
Yeah.
He gave up. He was like defeated. He was defeated, like he had no more in him.
Yeah, just flabbergasted.
And I feel like if that can stop, if he can get his head straight, that he will be tough to beat.
There's no doubt about that.
Even for someone like Alcaraz, I'm sorry, chasing 20 balls side to side, eventually your knee will go pop, calves, pop, something will go pop, and that will be the end for you.
Ask me, I did the patellar tendon.
Casper Ruud is not the future of tennis, Jose P. Don't let me slap you across the screen now.
Hey, look, I do like Darren LeBeau's comment right here. Darren LeBeau says this.
Yeah, he lost to Nadal. Nadal is in his head, Sister Queen.
Listen to this comment that LeBeau says, and this is plain and simple. Darren LeBeau says, I am like Carla. I am programmed to not let the ball bounce twice. Plain and simple. In other words, when you're a conditioned player, when you're a conditioned player, whether or not you're thinking or not, sometimes there's reactions like breathing. Like when I wake up in the morning, let me ask you a question. When you wake up in the morning, do you think about breathing? If Carla wakes me up in the morning, like, here, baby, here's your coffee. I might be like, hold up, girl, I gotta breathe. Hold on. Okay, I got you. Hold on, let me breathe again. You just do things without breathing because it's true. It's conditioned.
Let me tell you something, Darren. When I see
goes after the same.
When I see a ball, I'm like already thinking in my head, where am I gonna put it? Oh, that angle. And if they get to that angle, boom, here. And even if they give a shot, boom. I wish I thought like that when I was a junior, because I would be a beast. If I thought the way I thought now, as a junior, I would have definitely beat everybody's ass.
You know, after so many years of coaching,
I would have kicked everybody's ass.
You know, after so many years of coaching these days, if I have a student in front of me, we're working on, say, hitting down the line or whatever it is, volleys, one-handed, backhands, whatever. I always look at the court in terms of like a graph. Like I think about where the ball's going to bounce, and then the racket, how it kind of stays down an axis or comes off the axis. So I get really mathematical into it, right?
Me too. That's how I think.
really am looking at
I really
math.
wish, that's why I tell my kids, I really wish that I would have thought the way I did now, because I feel like I'm unstoppable now. Like the way I think about the court, I'm thinking angles the whole time. Okay, boom, you hit that shot. There's my angle. You get to that shot. I'm thinking right behind. Okay, I'm thinking math. You know, like, and I'm not good at math.
Thinking ninja.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really feel like for me, Medvedev, watching him this year, I felt like he was a Medvedev.
All right, let's read his
I really
comment.
do
I
think
haven't
that.
seen JL9. Let's roll with JL9 for a minute.
Man,
JL9.
Djokovic is still.
Excuses,
Let me
excuses,
tell you
excuses.
something.
What-
Djokovic has. What about Djokovic with his COVID shit?
That's still a good. That's still.
What about Djokovic
I'm with you, JL9. Let's
What
go.
about Djokovic with
Come on, be careful with all this crap.
COVID
Not
stuff?
pop up.
COVID he can't even think about COVID.
He's just taking up for his
Djokovic
man.
has lost matches because of his COVID
That's
bullshit.
okay. He's fighting.
COVID bullshit, war bullshit. COVID, war. Which one's
Oh,
bigger?
come on.
War, for sure.
Either way, good job, Djokovic. Let's go, JL9. Getting in there, throwing some punches.
Anyways,
Let's go.
I'm gonna root for Sinner.
Michael Walker's here.
I'm gonna root for Sinner instead of Alcaraz. I'm not even gonna go for the Spanish guy. I'm gonna go for Sinner.
Yeah, I like Sinner more than.
I'm gonna go for
Alcaraz.
Sinner because he doesn't have to look at his camp. Do you agree, Poppy? Did I hit that shot good, Poppy? Was that good for you, Poppy? All right, yeah.
Okay, so what's the head-to-head between Sinner and Alcaraz? Is it 2-1 Alcaraz? Does anybody know the head-to-head between Alcaraz and Sinner? Is it 2-1
Hey,
Alcaraz?
Poppy, is that good for you? Is that good for you, Poppy? Yeah, good.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
He's gotta look at his Poppy. Come on, man.
Okay, so the next
yeah.
the next part, Flo says it right. He is an adult. He is. I'm sorry. He's making millions of dollars a year. He's not a kid. You better learn how to be a kid, or you'll be broke like a lot of these football players after you blow it.
Sinner does choke, but I think he'll learn soon.
Who in the world on the active tennis map? I don't care what the rankings are, if they're injured, or in other words, right now on the planet, who do you think the best tennis player is currently playing? Who? It's not rocket science. Who?
Alcaraz, you would have to say, right?
Are you serious?
Right now?
Djokovic.
He
Are
hasn't
you
played.
smoking crack?
He hasn't played. We haven't seen him
Forget
play.
it. Let me rephrase the question. Forget about the current playing, blah, blah, blah. Forget about the COVID stuff. Forget about the damn get you out. Forget about all that. I'm saying the best player right now living that is still capable of playing a tennis match. Who is it?
Sure, yeah.
It's Djokovic.
Sure. Djokovic.
Fact.
I hope that they really let him play it.
Now, let me ask you the next question. On this earth in which we live with biology and geology and meteorology and all these different ologies and isms, who is the second best player?
Alcaraz.
Nadal. Are you serious?
Nadal's hurt. He's not playing.
Oh my God. I get
Justin,
dumber
did you
with it.
watch
I get
him?
dumber. I just told you to leave all that out.
Did you
Leave
watch
all
him?
that out.
Did you watch him at the US Open?
Sometimes I get
The
dumber.
guy could not have one first serve in. Not one first serve in. He did not hit one deep shot. Every shot landed at the service line. That is bad.
Can I ask you a different
Justin,
question?
that is
'Cause
bad in
these
tennis.
women are crazy. They're way out here in left
Women
field
is
somewhere.
crazy. The guy is
Can I
not
ask you a question?
Nadal is
Can I
not
ask you a question right here?
100%. He's not playing great
Carlos,
tennis.
who is the better player? Carlos Alcaraz or Rafael Nadal?
Right now, Alcaraz, because Nadal is not serving well.
I don't even like
Is
Nadal.
not
That's stupid.
hitting deep shots. Is not 100%. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is one of those
Sorry.
things where you have to realize that no matter what you say, you're going to be
Oh,
wrong. So
yeah,
just
yeah.
walk off.
Guys, can you please tell me that Nadal really played well at the US Open? Do you guys
I didn't
really,
ask you how
do
he.
you think really that Tiafoe really beat him? Do you really think
I'm not asking that
Rip
question.
City beat him? No.
Carlita, I'm not
He
asking
beat
that question.
himself.
I'm not asking you the question, Carlita. All I'm asking you is this: who's the better player?
Right now.
No, just right now, if they were both healthy, who would you take?
Oh, they were both healthy. Nadal.
Duh.
But he's not.
So you think that honestly, Alcaraz should be number 3 if the Wimbledon rankings counted?
Yeah, but does that matter if what or should what?
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that. I don't, you know.
I don't know what's up with you women out there, but you guys are nuts. The hell, damn.
If he were fit, but he's not.
How do you deal with these? I don't know how you do the things you do. I like the way.
Nadal is not. If you're not having a first serve in men's tennis and you're not hitting deep shots to the baseline, you have a big problem in men's tennis. You can afford that in women's tennis, obviously, but not in men's tennis. Sorry. I think
right.
Justin means overall. You know, he's an interesting fella.
Me? Okay.
You might fly with your curly hair.
All right. So anyway, next Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, I know what he means overall. I
Look,
get it.
and so I asked Carla this before we started today.
No.
She started yelling at me.
I
Why are you yelling at me for?
Because I'm
Just
tired.
asking you a question.
No, we're not. What are we gonna do a show about?
Do you
Raw
guys?
labor cup. Raw labor cup.
Here we go again. Do you guys ever ask your woman a question, and no matter what the question is, she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Did you even hear my question?" They're like, "No."
I'm
Like, did you even hear my question?
We work 6 days a
I'm like,
week.
you didn't even hear what I
We work
said.
6 days a week, and you're gonna ask me that type of question. What's going on?
Do you know the question I asked
What
her?
tomorrow?
Can I ask you
Yeah,
a
are we
question?
gonna
again?
do a show Sunday? No.
All I said is, "Hey Carla, are we doing a show next Sunday?" No. I'm like, "Holy shit, man! Let me think for a second. Where did
No.
that even come from?"
No.
Okay.
Next Sunday is the tournament after that. And you telling me we're gonna go work on Monday?
What are you talking about? Who even said anything about Monday? What are you even talking about Monday now for? You got to a whole other day of the week. How are we on Monday? We're talking about Sunday.
No.
How did you get to Monday all of a sudden?
What are we having? The Labor Cup? The Labor Cup? Do you want to talk about the cheesy Labor Cup?
Look,
now you agree to it because Federer's
Carla,
retired.
listen to me for a moment. You still haven't listened to me after like 3 hours of me trying to ask you this one question.
Sure, go ahead.
Next Sunday, we have to put the draws together for our tournament
Yes.
at Mirror Lake, the club where we teach, and we're very lucky to be there. And we have to do our draw video.
Yes.
So that's how we release the draws, is by video.
Yes,
My question to Carla was this.
Are we doing it for show tonight?
Yes. I came inside, Carlita. I came inside and I said, "Hey, Carla, we've been on the courts 11 hours today and swept the courts 37 times. So let me ask you a question. Next Sunday, do I say at the end of the show that we're going to do a show next weekend after we do the draw release video?" And she was like, "No."
No.
Like,
and I'm going to say it
What are
again.
you talking about?
No. What are we going to talk about? Labor Cup? No. Anything else you want to say?
Man, give me a hug or something.
We're doing a draw,
Give me
and I'm
some
going to do a
love.
show
Give me a
about
hug,
Labor
give me a hug,
Cup.
give me a hug.
What do you want to say? Oh, Federer hugged this player, and yeah, it was kiss and hugs. What are you going to talk about?
I'll give you kisses.
What are you going to talk about?
Something.
Tell me what you're going to talk about on that Sunday.
You never know what's going to
No,
pop up.
I want a day off where I can rest. Is that good enough for you?
See? Man, always living with this. What are you going to do, man? You just got to walk away. You just got to keep.
Oh my gosh.
You got to keep
Mike
walking.
Walker, I teach from freaking 9 in the morning to 6 o'clock.
9. We got there at 7:30.
9 is when I teach.
It's when you start hitting balls, but we're cleaning courts from
To
7:30
6.
to 9.
Talking. And you're telling me that on a Sunday we want to talk about Labor Cup.
No.
Is that joyful for you?
But I'd rather be chilling with Mike and
Then you
Sister
can
Queen
chill.
and
You can get on
LeBron
here.
and got
You
Terry
can
and
get on here,
Vanessa.
and I want to go sleep on the
and
couch
J.O.
and
9,
thankfully
what's
I'm
up?
watching football.
Okay, but I've been putting the football in the
You
background.
can go do that on a Sunday where we have to go grocery shopping, and then you want me to come back and do a show, and then you want me to go teach on Monday.
When her words start having the Spanish accent, you gotta watch out. You gotta just hold up. She went Spanish on us. Let's just chill.
Oh my God, really? What are we gonna talk about, guys? Is there any news for next Sunday?
But I can come up with something.
You can come up with
I
it.
can come
You
up with
can sing her
something.
along.
Oh,
You
freestyle.
can put Lily right here if you want.
I will put Lily right there.
Okay,
I'll get her to play a song for you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll write a tennis song. Backhands down the line, forehands cross court. Let's do something.
Guess what I have in the morning?
Do something.
Cardio tennis. Guess what time we're getting up?
Like 5:30 is always 5.
Thank you.
And what?
Guess how my day is gonna go tomorrow?
Sweet, good, positive.
Sweet, good, positive.
It is. It's always positive.
Let me give you the ladies, baby. You tell me. You want the ladies?
Do you want to string all the rackets I string?
I'll string. You do the ladies.
You're gonna string all the rackets in
What racket you got tomorrow?
I don't know. They just pile up every day, and I string them fast. Like in 20 minutes, I'm done.
You want to do cardio tennis,
Carter?
Carter? That's cool. We can do cardio tennis.
All right, Carter, you can stay with us. Come on. He's like in Texas, isn't he, or California?
Do I think Nadal's close to retiring?
Yes.
I don't know. Depends.
Yes.
On
Yes.
If he sees the baby, he might be like, "Oh,
Yes.
I want to be a daddy."
Yeah, Carter, get on the Airbus.
Hey, tell Lily to put the clothes in the dryer.
Where's the cat, by the way?
Nobody's there.
Bird chirping in there. Are you gonna grab the cat?
No, it's okay. It's fine.
All right. Anyway, we love you a lot, and somehow, some way, I was thinking of this song. What's that song? May I lay a little? Oh, that was a Snoop Dogg song. I was thinking, may I somehow, some way, keep coming up with ways to do whatever show next Sunday. I was thinking something like that, and I'll figure it out. But we will do for sure our draw release show because we have to. That's how we release the draws for our opening tournament.
Yeah.
This one got hats made. All right. Anyway, it'll be a fun tournament. I can't wait.
Jesus, you should have that string soon.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Lily.
Jesus, we sent out 2 sets for each of them, not just one because of the delay. We sent out 2 sets of Y-Tech String Square X Sharp to you, and the other one was 2 sets to London or to the UK to Team Bros for 2 more sets of strings. So international mail, it's paid, it's gone. See ya, Acabado. It's on the way to you. Lily.
Oh, Lily.
Liliana.
Nope.
Birds chirping. Anyway, we're going to show you the cat, but you just watch some of our shorts and you'll see them then. But we'll see you next Sunday, if not for a show like she said, no, blowing my ear runs out. Her no, the no she gave me was worse than Sabalenka's screech. Like Sabalenka's
no. Let me say it again. No.
She was like, no.
Again, if you want a happy wife, let me rest. Otherwise, no.
It's like a horse.
Unless you want to teach the women, then we can switch.
They talk too much.
Then don't freaking complain.
Can
you get the cat and bring him here?
Yeah, can you bring the cat?
And then put the clothes in the dryer. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk a lot.
Thank you, Carterry. He don't want to talk, but he wants his wife to talk. So if you want a happy wife to teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, give her a rest.
Now, she acts like I don't teach, but when I teach, I'm telling you.
He teaches like 2 or 3 lessons.
2 days.
He teaches 2 or 3 lessons a day while he's strings.
But I'm streaking
But I'm
7
teaching
records
all
while you're
day.
streaking 0.
So I'm talking.
And I'm trimming the yard, cutting the bushes,
and I do it too.
mowing the grass.
No, you don't. I'm overusing my body. Let me rest, or you're gonna have a witch wife.
Well, you're pretty close already, and like you were that way like a long time ago.
Yeah, just saying.
Oh, I don't. I'm too scared to grab him. Here's
And this is my baby Muffo right here. This is my baby. Look, this my little baby. He's my new. Yeah.
You want me to hold it to the camera?
Hi. Say hello. He's my little mofo. He's my new mofo.
Just don't drop him.
He's so cute. I've never liked black cats, but he's so
blurry.
cute.
You gotta back him up.
Can you see him?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Oh, look at that baby. His name is Jax. Thank you. Flo said, teaching is tiring, Carlos. Should rest. Look at this baby. He is my new baby.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Hey, Jax, why were you named Jax in the first place? Okay.
He's like,
Okay, so how the pets came to be is our oldest dog, who's an American Pit Bull Terrier, is Katana. And she's named after a Mortal Kombat character, the video game, back in the 90s. I'm not talking new PlayStation, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Not that. I'm not talking the new stuff. I'm talking the old stuff. Katana would drop from the ceiling, and she would like, shh. So then we got Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero is another character from Mortal Kombat. So we had a black cat, and most people are superstitious about black cats, right? They're like, whoa, a black cat just crossed the road. I'm going to die. But we got the black cat because we're not superstitious. Plus, he doesn't have a tail. So we were like, what's a Mortal Kombat character that has no tail and is black? It was Jax. That's how we got Jax.
He is so cute, by the way. He is my new baby, the new love in my life. I thought I would never replace Roger, which was named after Roger
Federer, yeah.
But this little guy here, he was rescued. I thought he looked like a rat at first, and
that's nice. That's a nice compliment.
I'm serious. Like,
Hey, baby, you look like a rat.
He looked like a little rat, but he grew into these cute. Look at these eyes. Look at these black eyes. I love them. First time I love them.
This is the first time all night she's been nice.
Thank you, baby. Do you agree with me that I should rest on Sunday? Tell Mommy.
He looks like E.T.
Tell Daddy.
He looks like an alien.
Tell Daddy. Mommy should rest.
He isn't.
Yes, see?
So calling him a rat is rude, but calling him an alien isn't.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Make sure you put his blanket to dry. Okay.
Aw.
Say bye-bye. How many pets do we have? We just have 2 dogs and a cat now.
Bye-bye.
Justin wanted the cat, but guess who took care of him? Me, once again. But he wants me,
But I saved the cat.
He wants me to be Superwoman and do everything.
It was me that saved the cat, because if it wasn't for me saying we're getting that cat, it wouldn't be here.
Right.
I saved the cat.
But who took care of it? Who did not sleep?
It was teamwork.
Teamwork. You slept in your bed, did you not?
But it was my mentality.
Your mentality. Who did not sleep?
We sleep in the same bed.
Me. I slept downstairs. Me. Thank you. But you don't want your wife to rest.
He's purring in agreement.
Thank you. All right, go put them back. We're close.
All right, let's go. We will see you next Sunday, if not just for the draws.
You know what? I better have like tequila and like I don't know whatever I'll need to do the show.
We'll be all right.
It will be all right. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Let everybody who thinks we should smack him on the head, just hit him one.
I guess she smacks me on the head all the time.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. My hair will be like.
Anyways, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Labor Cup just for a few, just to see Roger Federer for one last time. I think Wildlife
playing doubles. I think he's just
Wildlife
playing doubles.
asked me, "You're not gonna go see Roger Federer play?" And I said, "Nah, I'll watch the reruns." But I think I'll watch him just because I know it's his last time.
There you go.
I'll watch Cobra Kai instead of the Labor Cup.
Good comment, bro. Good comment.
That's
good
how I
comment,
feel about
K-Son.
the Labor Cup, but I guess I'll just like watch a few minutes just to see Roger Federer finally come out and people wave at him and cheer him on.
We love you.
He does deserve it though.
Yeah, but look,
Look, you're selling his stuff, so you should bank on that.
yeah, I mean, I hope so. I got a pair of brand new Roger Federer Pro On shoes that have not been touched, still in the box, and I've got two Roger Federer OG Uniqlo Nike hats coming. I should have them any day.
You should say that. See, I tell my
I'm gonna
husband,
save them both.
be smart. Don't sell them
Oh, I was
now.
gonna show you something.
Sell them later.
I was gonna show you. Damn. So these are all things California. I'm from California. Was born there. So
I love how my husband, he buys me shoes, but then he buys the matching pair just so he can have them.
man, I couldn't pass up on those. I was like, what? Give them the whole 360 tour. Like,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, chest boxing.
Yeah. You know, hey baby, do you love these shoes? Oh, you do? Let me buy myself a matching pair.
Wu-Tang, killer bees on the swarm.
Adios. Good night. See you later, guys. Federer is
Wu-Tang.
great for tennis. Adios.